hype, yeah? There's a lot of hype around this guy.
Check on with our next contest, which will be for the Kingdom Combat Championship 66 kilogram amateur title. Please welcome our first challenger making their way to the red corner, McKenzie.
Making a statement early is Lewis McKenzie.
It's a lot of confidence.
Yeah, man, though, this guy exudes confidence.
Lewis McKenzie, 5-3-1, fighting out of IMA. He's 21 and has won his last 3 fights. He recently beat Charlie Barmer for the almighty belt. And you know, when you've got a guy like Charlie Barmer under your win column, you know that you're a serious competitor. Charlie Barmer is no walkover. He's a fantastic fighter. So to have a win over a guy like Charlie Barmer is, yeah, serious.
Absolutely.
You know, Lewis he's a purple belt. He's got great wrestling and great ground and pound. One thing that I've saw from the tape is he likes to control using the teep, so look for that in this fight. So you say there's a lot of hype behind Lewis, right?
Yeah, like, obviously I followed IMA since their inception. Like, I followed Liam a long time and a lot of the guys in the gym, and I train with some guys that train at that gym as well. And they're always resharing him. There's a lot of hype around his belief in his grappling. You know, he's really creative in how he approaches fighting. He's really laid back how he approaches fighting. Really, really relaxed. And he just does a good job of turning it into his fight.
Dando, the home crowd favourite, 6-2, fighting out of Sub-Zone. He has also won his last 3 fights. He last fought on Kingdom in this very arena, beating Sam Lynch in a very solid all-round performance. He's got slick jiu-jitsu, his striking having improved recently. He's an experienced amateur, you know, this guy's fought for a title against David Comer, who competed in the IMAF, so I think these are 2 very good amateurs with loads of experience.
2 different energies as well. Like I said, you've got McKenzie there, nice and relaxed. Even if he's walking out with his crowd in his cage, he's still super laid back, just waltzing into the cage, taking his time. Charlie Dando's fired up, ready to go.
Fighting for a title in your home city as well, you know. There's a lot of pressure, but it's also such a great opportunity for you to, yeah, to create history for yourself. I like that Liam Cannon's wearing the crown.
Got a big corner there with the Sub-Zone guys. Well, James Powers, Cage Warriors #1 contender for lightweight belt.
The first title fight of the night. We have got 4 title fights in total. 1 out of 4. Charlie Dando amping up his crowd. Oh, let's go. I love that energy, man. I love that energy. Charlie Dando looks like he's prepared. I like his GTA shorts.
Yeah, sick they are.
Introducing our first challenger, fighting out of the red corner and representing IMA leads, King Lewis McKenzie. And please welcome our second challenger, fighting
Everybody's on their feet here for Charlie Dando.
Electric. The first title fight of the evening, Charlie Dando versus Lewis McKenzie. And off we go.
McKenzie wasting no time getting on that calf. 2 calf kicks, slipping the right cross.
Uppercut.
Lead uppercut, beautiful. It's always exciting again when we've got fighters in the open stance here. It's power side versus power side, left versus right. McKenzie doing a nice job of faking with that uppercut.
I love that lead uppercut, it's very McGregor-esque.
Charlie Dando holds his guard really tight to his body as well. It's always interesting.
Oh, nice left
Because
hook.
we watched in that last fight, he loves to get inside, use his slips and counter. That's going to pay into his advantage, especially when he gets towards the grappling.
And what's the difference, you know, like fighting the 5 rounds, those extra 2 rounds? How much different is the training? Obviously, you're doing constant rounds all the time anyway, but knowing you've got 2 extra rounds, like what's the difference in the preparation?
Look, it's all down to pacing, right? It's like you don't want to start like throwing yourself into your early 2 rounds, burn yourself out, and you've got 3 more to fight. So for these two, they're kind of like both high-paced fighters, but I'd say Charlie Dando's the one who puts a little bit more volume on. Where the fatigue's going to set in for these two, if anything, it'll be on the grappling exchanges. But right now, we've got a kickboxing fight on our hands. 2 really good grapplers, content to kickbox, because they're good strikers as well, both of them.
Lewis McKenzie's landed a lot of left hands, and the teep has been there as well.
But McKenzie's also switching stance, which is working in his favour. Beautiful job there, controlling the hips there, Charlie Dando. McKenzie just did a great job of just framing on them hips.
Nice knee.
Not letting Dando get close. Dando managed to switch. He's going to look for a high crotch here. If Dando can free that left arm as well, it'll make that high crotch a little bit more viable. So this is an interesting grip. You see a lot more on the cage now as well. You see what McKenzie's got here across the throat with the chin. He's on tight on the neck there. Looking to thread his arm through, maybe for an arm in Gilly. Dando wants to be careful they don't fall into this guard here. Doing a nice job with Dando there, controlling the hips. See if he can get his head back to the middle.
Doing well to circle off against the cage as well and not let Lewis McKenzie use the cage to build himself up.
But this is where we're talking about like the 5-round fight. Like McKenzie's got to be careful he don't blow his arms out squeezing on a Gilly that's not there. But you know, equally if there's an opportunity to attack, he needs to go for it so he scores.
I think this takedown has won the round for Charlie Dando.
Yeah, and that's a big move because it's a 5-round fight, right? You kind of want to bank those rounds early.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a specific game plan where you're trying to wear the other person out, you know, then maybe they're not known for their gas tank. But Lewis McKenzie is like an incredibly conditioned individual. We've got 2 fantastic strikers there in either corner giving advice right now. So it makes you think that maybe it's the striking that's taking precedent in terms of like the urgency for this 2nd round.
Yeah.
Well, I think Dando's going to want to close that distance again. But for McKenzie, it's all about keeping him at range, keeping him on the end of his punches and the end of his teeps. Use that teep again, switch, move off.
2nd round.
Dando doing a good job of taking the centre cage again. Slipping across as well.
That teep. Oh, nice head movement there from Lewis.
Well blocked that by Dando. McKenzie with plenty of fakes again. Slides that left hand down the middle, switches back to orthodox.
Oh, nice left hook.
Switch of the stance again there from McKenzie. He's always faking that left leg.
Charlie's doing well to have the centre of the cage.
Isn't Charlie Dando doing a bit better at keeping his range?
What a takedown. That was fantastic timing
exactly,
from Charlie Dando.
That's what I'm saying, Manny. We're doing a better job of keeping his range there and finding a way to get McKenzie to punch over his head so we can drop in on a shot. There's absolutely no rush here. He's got 2 minutes to work. There's an armbar there for McKenzie. If he can pivot his hips enough, there's an armbar attack there. Because Dando's arms have come unlocked for a split second. Now he's done a good job of pulling his elbow in. It's gone. He's looking for it. McKenzie's looking for it. He's looking for that angle. Maybe set up a triangle as well. McKenzie, he just wants to get over that right arm of Charlie Dando, start attacking with his guard, but all the while he's here, he's losing on the scorecards.
Yeah, I was about to say it's.
But like, let's not underestimate. Like, it's a 5-round fight. Like, let's not underestimate the guard of Lewis McKenzie's he has got a good guard.
Well, it makes you think as well, right? If you're Charlie Dando, just knowing the dangers there. I mean, like I said, at the moment, it's kind of not really doing much for Lewis McKenzie. This is just loads of top control for Charlie Dando.
Yeah, Dando's doing a good job of controlling McKenzie's hips. He's not letting him catch a big enough angle. And when he does catch an angle, he's bringing his elbow back to protect his own hip. This is a battle for the hip line right now.
The referee asking for a bit more action.
Dando's doing everything he needs to be doing right now, though. He's landing a few shots, and he's not getting drawn into the whole, oh, right, we need a bit more action, so I'm going to overextend myself. I'm pretty sure he'd rather get stood up than start messing around, leaving arms in the guard, and moving his head positioning off.
Oh, his arm's almost out. I thought his arm was slipping out.
So Dando pulling that right elbow back like that and then achieving that body lock. It's just nullifying the guard right now. So it's another dominant position and another dominant round for Charlie Dando. That's 2 in the book. So
great start to the fight for Charlie Dando.
And he's that's not using a lot of energy either. That's the best thing about it. He's not blowing the wind, trying to run around the guard or trying to constantly get out of subs. He's just holding his man's hips. A few shots working. And those shots all add up for ground time as well, because if he just sits there, they're going to stand him up. But it's a really smart round, that. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see that again, though. I think Lewis McKenzie's probably going to try and get back to his feet, or at least try and get back on top a lot sooner.
You know, although the first 2 rounds haven't gone to Lewis McKenzie, it's tight for time, but he still has time to pull it back. You know, he's still got 3 rounds. But it's a fantastic start for Charlie Dando.
McKenzie's straight on it with the feints at the beginning of every single round, though.
Oh, lovely.
You know, but he's already 2 rounds down. He really needs to win this round, so he can go into championship rounds with good innings, you know. Nice slip counter. He has got nice feints as McKenzie, but Dando's doing a good job of not biting on the feints.
Lovely lovely left hand there from Lewis McKenzie.
Good shot. He's got his hands connected to Dando, straight back to the guard.
Beautiful stuff. In his own corner as well.
McKenzie looking for that angle again.
Beautiful work from Charlie. It's the second time he's done it where his cage awareness is amazing, because he knows that, you know, if he lets Lewis McKenzie up against the cage, he's got a better chance of getting up. So that slight adjustment just to turn him around and put him to the other side of the cage, really, really smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Charlie.
You never really want to take your man down and leave their head against the cage, because it gives him space to climb up. So Dando's doing all the right things here. Again, he just needs to keep blocking the hips. He's in no major rush. He's got 5 rounds to win this fight. He doesn't need to be overextending himself. McKenzie's doing a bit better of a job of this round of moving his guard and at least trying to open it to use it for some. If I were in his corner, I'd be giving him a sense of urgency to try and at least get back to his feet or look for a sweep. He is looking for a sweep, and when you're in that position, it's incredibly difficult when someone is constantly controlling your hips.
I mean, this has been Charlie Dando's fight from the first minute of the fight, really.
It has. McKenzie needs to try and get his feet on the inside. If he's going to walk over the cage, threaten some kind of armbar.
Look at that cage awareness from Charlie. So smart.
Yeah. Well, this is something that you try and drill into young fighters from day one. Not telling Charlie Dando's young, but like it's something you drill into MMA these days. Like, gone are the days where it's just about getting the guy on the ground. You teach fight IQ from day one. You teach cagecraft from day one. And we spoke about the sub-zone guys doing this earlier. They've got incredible fight IQ as a team. I think it's part of their culture to have fight IQ. It's almost expected of these guys at this point, regardless of whether they're on the championship level like Charlie Dando or somebody they put in through for a debut. I think it's a clear contrast of styles as well. Like the IMA guys, yeah, they've got sick wrestling. They're also known for the great guard work. Whereas with the sub-zone guys, you can almost always count on them maintaining top position. Because that's 3 rounds there, McKenzie, with his back stuck on the floor, and it's 3 rounds banked for Charlie Dando, who's not took any damage.
Charlie Dando giving it to him at the end of the round as well. Charlie Dando in complete control here, 3 rounds in.
Well, this is it, like what we were talking about earlier, like how do you pace yourself for a 3-round fight? I think that's a good example of you win those first 3 rounds without blowing your load, man, because people can come back in that 4th and 5th. But it's wearing every time. I think McKenzie's like where he's got 5 rounds, so he's not been exploding out the bottom. He's been trying to use his technical jiu-jitsu to hit a sweep. But you know, it's a lot to ask in rounds 4 and 5 to start suddenly climbing to your feet or suddenly sweeping.
Well, Lewis McKenzie has really got to find something special now. You know, he needs a finish to win this fight.
He needs to keep his distance, and he needs to maintain like some kind of outside positioning, and then if he does get into a grappling exchange, he needs to get on the neck fast as.
I mean, Lewis, every single round he has started landing a few nice exchanges. You know, the left hand has been landing for him, so like you said, it's just all about keeping the distance, and yeah, he's just got to turn it on now.
I think Charlie Dando's done a good job, though, of getting Lewis to engage in a kickboxing match and then shooting. There we go.
Interesting.
Well, this is what I mean. Like, Lewis McKenzie's a great grappler, but he knows that he can't get stuck on his back again. He needs to, if he's going to grapple, he needs to grapple on his terms from the top. He feels like he's quite confident that he can submit Charlie Dando, or else he'd have not stayed in those guard positions for as long. He'd have probably opened his guard a lot sooner. But this positioning right now, bent over in the single leg, is absolutely exhausting. And someone like Charlie Dando, who's 3 rounds up, he's kind of blessed with the ability to almost take a minute here and get his breath back. He doesn't have to overextend himself, you know. He doesn't have to overdo it. He's defending against the cage. He doesn't have to do anything absolutely major. He can
fantastic work from Charlie Dando.
Nice scramble. He's on the front neck.
Incredible.
Pins his man with the body lock. Back on the cage, nullifying that guard. See, McKenzie tries to use the cage climb up, but Dando's on the back. He's on that ride.
He's got 1 hook in.
He's got 2 hooks in. McKenzie's doing the right thing, tripod in. Smart IQ there, bailing on that.
Good knee, but again, Charlie Dando just in full control
man,
here,
like,
really.
Back on that body lock, hooks in. It seems like the sub-zone method, doesn't it? Like the body lock. The body lock is their move, the single leg and body lock.
This has been a beautiful performance from Charlie Dando so far.
Doing a good job securing half guard top. Half guard top's a brilliant position for mixed martial arts. Like a lot of jits guys, pure jits guys and girls, they don't necessarily view half guard top as a winning position, but when it comes to mixed martial arts where you can strike, it certainly is. It takes full guard again.
And such a composed game plan, right? Like you look at Charlie, he's not breathing heavy, he's taking his time, and he's just controlling every position that he's in. Like
one thing I'm really conscious of is being a commentator. You try not to be biased, so I really want to talk about Lewis. Like he's doing a good job of getting his butterfly hooks in at this moment and getting some kind of extension. But when one fighter's quite clearly winning, it is difficult to not come across bias. But right now, it's the Charlie Dando show. He's literally dictating this entire fight. he's got 1 minute left of the fourth round, less than 1 minute, and he's on top again. And good work from the referee here, not being too eager to step in and stand him up, because both men are working, they are trying to advance their positions. This is the sort of fight I like to see at amateur light. As much as everyone loves fireworks, I just like to see people go out there and put on a good display of control and performance.
I mean, this is a professional performance from Charlie Dando.
Well, the thing is, McKenzie's incredibly dangerous in his guard and his striking, so if you're going to beat him, this is how you want to beat him, right? You want to smother him, stay on top, don't get swept. Fantastic fight so far.
Charlie Dando making this look easy.
McKenzie needs a finish in this round, needs a knockout or a submission.
He needs something big, that's for sure.
I think what you've got here, though, you've got system versus system, and the ASW, the sub-zone system is different, and it's the sub-zone meta that's winning at the minute. If you think back to the fight that they had on previously with Ahmad, he did a fantastic job, like, of using that system, of getting that far hook in, controlling the hits, riding, and getting the other hook in. When he got guard, he keeps his head in the middle and he controls the hits. Whereas the system from the IMA corner is not necessarily coming through because he's not having a chance to breathe, unfortunately. Well, don't get it wrong, McKenzie's a sick fighter, he's just not given a chance to breathe.
Yeah, it's been a shutout performance so far for Charlie Dando. This is the final round.
And he's got every right to do that. It's for a belt, you know? At the end of the day, guys, fighting's about winning, right? You've got to win. You want to be good at fighting, it's about winning. It's not about taking loads of damage and doing silly things. And Dando's doing all the right things to win this
beautiful
fight.
left hook, and again just
draws McKenzie into a firefight, shoots underneath. Lulls him into a false sense of security, level changes, get underneath. Looking for that leg lace.
Lewis McKenzie can't accept this position.
He's doing his absolute best as well. He's trying to work from half guard. But Dando's just doing all the right things, blocking the hip on the far side, keeping his head in position. He's on that cross face now. Back to full guard. Interesting.
I mean, this has been Charlie Dando for 5 rounds, right?
Yeah, this is another thing I want to talk about. I've mentioned before with like Kama Akara in the sub-zone corner. He seems to be able to control his fighters like he's controlling a video game character. He can say, go this way, go that way, do this, do that. But a lot of fighters don't respond to that, but the sub-zone guys seem to be able to respond to that. And I don't want to seem like I'm kissing their ass. I'm trying not to, you know what I mean? But it is impressive to watch.
Well, of course. I mean, you know, that just goes to show the respect that these guys have for Cam. You know, Cam, like I said before, is one of the best coaches in the UK at the moment. So as a fighter, you know, why wouldn't you want to listen to him? You know, there's such a wealth of experience from Cam. Well, it's something you're going to want to listen to him.
Yeah, I think it's something you practice in the gym as well. Like, your coach will be like that in the gym. So when you're actually fighting, you can just respond as you'd respond in the gym. It's the wrong time to start trying to tell fighters what to do in a fight when you don't tell them what to do in the gym. And you don't talk to them when they're doing their rounds. Just less than a minute. Dando maintaining top position again for the 5th round in a row.
I mean, what a performance for Charlie Dando. This is probably his most impressive performance at amateur, you know, fighting for the Kingdom belt.
Yeah, I agree.
A 5-round domination.
Against a really good grappler at that as well, man. Like, against a really good grappler.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Body,
Style
head.
points, 10 seconds left
head.
to go. As a look.
Saying who's the
champ? Who's the champ? I love that.
McKenzie on that arm, but a little
amazing
bit too...
performance by Charlie Dando.
Yeah, a little too late.
Ladies and gentlemen, please have a round of applause for both of our fighters. After 3 rounds, we go to our judges' scorecards, which reads 49 points to 46, 49 points to 46, and 48 points to 47, all in favour of your winner by unanimous decision. And now the Kingdom MMA 66kg amateur champion, fighting out